Hey y'all, welcome to another program with the Chicago Public Library and John Walt Foundation. Today we have Poetry and Punchlines in Hip Hop with Matt Muse in the third. Are you ready to boost your writing and wit and creative style? Enjoy.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Matt Muse, and I'm here. Oh, there he is. Hey Trey, how you doing, Trey?
Good. How you, bro?
It's your boy. I'm good. It's your boy Matt Muse. I'm here with my boy Third the Poet, and we're about to do a writing workshop with y'all. Third's gonna be our feature for the day. He's also gonna be like the Robin to my Batman during this workshop. We're gonna be bouncing off each other and vibing. I'm actually currently tweeting this right now, so people can hop on. You should probably, you know what I'm saying, do the same thing, let people know. So folks can hop on and join the writing workshop. But yeah, today's workshop is gonna focus on writing these bars, you know what I'm saying? Getting your bars up. We're gonna talk about, we were gonna do double entendres, right? Similes and metaphors, but every time I've done the double entendre workshop, it's been very difficult for those participating to come up with double entendres. Double entendres is like the 102 course. So we're gonna do the 101 course, and we're gonna do metaphors. We're gonna do metaphors and similes. So this is bars 101 or whatever you want to call it. Just the intro of myself. I'm Matt Muse. I'm a rapper from the South Side of Chicago. I'm currently a teaching artist at Young Chicago Authors, where I teach hip hop and poetry workshops in high schools and colleges and blah 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 blah. And this workshop is a part of the Working Like Walt workshop series presented by the John Walt Foundation. Shout out to the John Walt Foundation. It's also presented by Chicago Public Library. Shout out to the library. Shout out to media gang. We are out here. It is time. Trey, you feeling good today?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling great. Everything is great.
Good.
Everything.
That's a beautiful. Everything is everything. That's what we like to hear. I'm gonna play get a little background vibes going for the people. And then I'm gonna get into these bars for y'all. We're gonna do it. I feel like today is like really like, I wouldn't say gloomy, but it's a little cloudy outside, you know what I'm saying? So I feel real mellow. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just relaxing, you know, like just vibe. I feel like I'm on like evening radio. Like my voice just feels so like chill. Like I'm gonna put somebody's grandma to sleep. Yeah, we out here. Let me play a little instrumental for y'all. See how that's coming through on the sound. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna start by defining a metaphor. We're gonna start with metaphors, then we're gonna end on similes. I'm gonna define a metaphor, tell y'all what it is, and then we're gonna get into some examples that both Trey and I have prepared. And then you're gonna write your own metaphors. You're gonna write your own similes. I'm also going to be pasting what we say in the comments on YouTube, so that if you want to catch up or come back to something that we put out there, you can follow along with those lines that we're speaking on the YouTube live that we are doing here. Yeah. Cool. You ready, Trey?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna start with a metaphor. A metaphor, definition, is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action in which it is not literally applicable. Now, I remember when I was doing this, I couldn't say applicable. I kept saying applicable. So, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a few months since then, since my first time doing it. Applicable. Yeah, so I'm going to say one more time, a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action in which it is not literally, now I'm messing up other words, literally applicable.
You got it,
thanks, buddy. So like, calling somebody your sunshine, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. That's a metaphor. It's a really easy one too. Basically, whoever you're talking to, they're not the sun. They're not sunshine. They're them. So Trey, if I were calling you my sunshine, you're not actually the sun, but I'm comparing you. I'm comparing you to an object that is not literally you, but if you're a ray of light and you beam brightness and liveliness, That's why I'm comparing you to the sun. And I think the important thing is, we'll get into similes later, but metaphors do not use like or as when making those comparisons. So he shines like the sun is a simile. You are my sunshine is a metaphor. That makes sense? Cool. Hopefully that makes sense. Now let me copy this definition. Whoa. Copy this definition. We got some feedback into the YouTube live. If it lets me. 1 second. There we go. There we go. So the metaphor definition is on there. Cool. Now let's go back and forth, Trey. Me and you sharing some of our punchlines that we like, that are metaphors. We dang near should have started with similes, because similes are the easy ones. Maybe we'll start difficult and end easy. How about that? Does that work?
It's hard to pull mine up without going take my video. All right, I got it. Let's go.
It's okay. You know, do what you got to do. Let me do this. Cool. So my first metaphor is actually a line that I wrote. Trey, say something. So okay, you're there. Cool. So I can make sure we're good. Shawty drip on lake. She's my east side thing. Thanks, buddy. Wow. Your hair looks great, by the way. Shawty drip on lake. No problem. She my east side thing. So basically, like, you know, your drip is your style, your freshness, your fly. You know what I'm saying? Drip too hard. This is actually one of my other ones. I'll save that. But yeah, dripping. You know what I'm saying? When somebody says you got a nice drip, it means you fly. So my shawty, my lady, my girl, her drip is on lake. So I'm comparing her style, her drip, to actual water, the Lake Michigan, which is on the east side of Chicago. So shawty drip on lake. She's my east side thing. Ooh. So my girlfriend's not a lake, of course, but her style is very lakey because her drip is on 100. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So that's that one. You got one, Trey?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There it goes again. Yikes.
It's okay.
Okay. Boom. So, so No Name in her song says, "My funeral a Disney fable, because the king is about to take me home."
That's a bar.
Yeah, I love that bar. That was probably like one of my like favorite endings to a verse. And it's crazy because I can't think of the name of this song, and it's about to kill me.
It's on Shadow Man.
Shadow Man.
Yep. I got you.
And appreciate you, bro, always. And she's basically referring to her man, or whoever she is idolizing in this verse, is about to take her home. But not literally as in like, because there are no kings, but her king, the person that is important to her, that she holds in that high regard as like a king, right? Is about to take her home. And she's referring to like a lot of Disney movies, basically all the Disney movies where the king comes to save the day and takes the damsel in distress or the princess home to where she needs to be. So I like
Beautiful.
that. Yes.
That's a good one. That's also a great song. I love that song. That's your what?
That's my birthday twin. Fun fact.
Oh, look, I did not know that. When is that?
Yeah, September 18th.
Let me guess. Capricorn. Wait, Leo, Virgo. Are you a Virgo? Yeah. All right, cool. My next one. I forgot to ask if we could curse or not, so I'm just not gonna curse, just in case we can't. But yeah, you gonna F around and drown off this wave. Lil Baby. From that, is it called Drip Too Hard? That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
You gonna F around and drown off this wave. That's a metaphor. So the wave, your wave is like your vibe, your reach, your level of reach, the amount of people who are online or in line with what you got going on and how many people you're able to reach. So like when you got a wave, that means you have a whole group of people or a whole nation or a whole world of people following what you're doing and vibing with what you're doing. So in itself, having a wave is a metaphor because it's not actually a water wave, you know what I'm saying? But it's comparing it to a wave because waves, they're huge, they engulf a lot of things. When they land, they engulf everything around them. And that's kind of what having a wave in music is like. Yo, like when everybody knows what you got going on, you can capture an entire audience of people, just like a wave can capture a huge area of space. then you're gonna F around and drown off this wave. My wave is so big that when it hits you, you're gonna drown, you know what I'm saying? Now, literally, you're not gonna literally drown, but it's like, yo, it's just so intense and so crazy, you won't even be able to take it. My wave is just too great. And that's what Lil Baby is saying in that song. So you're gonna F around and drown off this wave. That's another metaphor. Bars out here. You got another one, Trey?
Another metaphor?
Do you?
I should.
If
yes.
Not, I got more. I got more.
Yes. MF Doom has a song, one of my favorite songs with him called Accordions. And he said, I got more licks than the church got ooh lords.
Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords.
Church got ooh lords.
Okay, break it down.
So basically, which I feel like every rapper in the world has done this at least one time, is just to emphasize on how many bars, how many lyrics,
all the bars, yeah,
all the bars, just how many exist in our arsenal. We have to compare them to something. Unfortunately, a lot of us have referred to the prison system and how we have many bars like jail. But MF Doom, being the amazing rapper he is, took it another step further and said, you know how you be in church and that first hour of devotion is just full of like people catching the Holy Ghost and like praising God and saying ooh and all that. I got more bars than there are oohs at church, which is oh, you know what I mean? Like, that was fire to me. That's one of my favorite lines from him.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Beautiful. Perfect. All right, cool. This next line is one of my absolute faves. And it's just like, it's one of those lines, like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my God. I was like 12, like maybe 17 years old, 17, 16. And like as an adult, it's not like that great. But it's just like, I just remember that first time I heard it, I'm like, I don't care. This is an amazing line. So here we go. It's I forgot what song it's from. It's Rick Ross and Lil Wayne though. Is it called John Lennon? I don't know. But the line is, I'll get on anybody track and hit that with that Wayne train. Just love that line so much. I'll get on anybody's track and hit that blank with that Wayne train, right? Yeah. And so I just remember, because he like, the beat cut when he said it too, was like, I'll get on anybody's track and hit that with that Wayne train. And the beat came back in. I was like, oh, snap. Yeah, so I'll break the line down. Obviously, track is a double entendre. So for those who would like to know, a double entendre is a phrase or a word that has two different meanings, even though it's said the same way. So track, it's also a compound word, if you think about it that way. So a track is like train tracks, but also a track like a song. So he's comparing a real life musical track to a real life train track. And he gets on the track and he hits it with the Wayne train. So, trains, you know what I'm saying? They move really fast. They're really strong. They're really like, getting hit with a train is like really bad. It's not a thing that anybody wants to experience, right? And so he's like, no, like when I get on these musical tracks and I spit these bars, it's like you got hit with a train. You know what I'm saying? Like I go crazy. I hit you hard over your head. And you're not gonna be able to stand the raps that I got coming. And so that's another one. Like I said, it's one of my favorite lines that I've heard. And like I said, as an adult, it's like not the most amazing line or like the most sophisticated, but just like the way he said it and literally dropping the beat on that part of the song, it felt like a train was literally coming at you when he said it. And I thought that was really cool how they did that. So yeah, you got another one? Or you want me to keep going?
This is my bad. This is from Vic Mensa's autobiography, which best piece of work he has ever. Even dope things were scoring, Swish, trying to be like Mike, shooting through the baseline in their veins, trying to reach that height.
Oh, that's
it was that. Yo, so I know we're not talking about schemes, but like as far as like maintaining a certain theme throughout like a rap is so cold. And he's basically saying like even dope fiends was scoring. Dope fiends and people who are, addicted to drugs. He was saying like the things he's seen growing up on the south side of Chicago. and trying to reach that height. So trying to reach like a high is what we call them. You know, when people do drugs, it's called a high.
Right.
And so trying to reach that height, trying to shoot, swish, trying to score like Mike, shooting that baseline in their veins, like. So shooting is like referring to basketball, but also in the natural sense, shooting like Mike, but also shooting as in injecting drugs into the baseline. And so like base is also like another form of narcotics, and being able to like refer to like drug addiction and like make the comparison to basketball without even using liquor as was like super cold just throughout the whole thing.
Facts.
Yeah, that's mine. I think that might be my last metaphor. My similes go crazy though.
All right, bet. Cool. I'm gonna do a couple more metaphors, then we're gonna give the folks a chance to write some, see what they can come up with. This is another one of my favorites. Yeah. Tired of women that may tag me in pictures airing their dirty laundry. So that's a Drake line from Diplomatic Immunity. I think it's one of the most underrated Drake songs of all time. Like, I don't know anybody else other than me and maybe my roommates who actually listen to Diplomatic Immunity. So remember God's Plan? When God's Plan came out, it came out in like February of 2018, but he dropped 2 songs at one time, God's Plan and Diplomatic Immunity. But like God's Plan was such a big thing, people completely forgot about Diplomatic Immunity. But the song is amazing and it's full of bars. And this is my favorite one because it was one of those things where I heard the song like 100 times. Then on like time 101, I was like, whoa, that's a bar. Like, what? This nigga spitting. All right, cool. So I'll break it down. Tired of women that may tag me in pictures airing their dirty laundry. I'm gonna put it on the YouTube link so y'all can see it too. So the line is this, right? Tired of women that may tag me. So may tag, right? So like it's a double entendre as well. It's a whole lot of things happening in this bar. But tired of women that may tag me in pictures airing their dirty laundry. So just like, oh, you're gonna tag me in this picture and put me on the spot and let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one you messing with. You're not being low key, you're not being discreet, right? So may tag. They may tag me like, oh, you might tag me in something to they air out your dirty laundry, you know, put our business out there on the street. May tag though, with a capital M, is a brand of laundry. Like they make washers and dryers. It's a brand that makes washers and dryer machines, right? Called Maytag. You can Google it. So it's like, yo, tired of women that may tag me in pictures airing their dirty laundry. So he's comparing airing laundry out, like, and even that phrase, airing your dirty laundry, is a metaphor. Like, airing laundry is hanging up laundry kind of out in the open. So instead of putting it in a dryer, hanging it up so it can air dry. But obviously anybody who drives past outside can see all of your laundry hanging up on the wire, right? So it's like airing out your dirty laundry is putting your business on Front Street. And then the Maytag is the comparison to like the laundry machine, and it's just a bar. So like taking Maytag and then turning it into 2 separate words like Mike Tag, it's amazing. It's kind of self-explanatory when you know that Maytag is a laundry brand and it's a bar. Cool. And it's funny because I realized the line when I watched a Maytag commercial. And I was like, oh,
that's usually Maytag,
right? Yeah, cool. And I'm gonna do one more. Then we're gonna move on to our similes or get them a chance to do it. Actually, no, we're gonna end it right there. We're gonna end the metaphors right there. So what we're gonna do is, if you are following along on YouTube, I'm gonna give you all about 5 to 10 minutes to write your own metaphors. And then the definition is in the YouTube live. If you just scroll up in the comments, I put the definition of a metaphor in the comments. I'll restate it right now. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. So if you're in the YouTube live, you can scroll up and see the definition. You can also see all the examples that me and Trey just gave. I copied them all into the comments. So check out those and then try to give me, if you can write at least 5 metaphors in these 5 to 10 minutes, that'd be great. I'm gonna play some music in the background. I'm gonna just mute my mic. Actually, that wouldn't make any sense. You won't be able to hear the music. I'm gonna play some music in the background. I'm gonna just shut up so y'all can hear the music and vibe out. Y'all got about 5 to 10 minutes. Oops. If anybody's just tuning in, we are writing metaphors. If you scroll up in the comments, you'll see that I put in the definition of a metaphor, and your prompt is to just write as many metaphors as you can in this 5 to 10 minute break that we're taking for you all to do some writing. So write as many metaphors as you can. The definition is in the top comment. Just scroll all the way up to the top and you'll see it. All right, y'all got about 4 more minutes. Once again, we're writing as many metaphors as we can in this time. Give me at least 5. And then, of course, when we finish, drop those metaphors in the YouTube comments so I can read them here live on the YouTube. Once again, we're writing as many metaphors as we can. And if you need the definition or some examples of metaphors, just scroll up and you'll see that all of my comments are either examples or that top comment is the definition of a metaphor. Cool. Right, we back. It's been about 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to share what they wrote, if you're watching and you want to share what you wrote, please feel free to drop your metaphors in the comments. We are going to move on to these here similes. How you feeling, Trey?
Yo, I'm feeling really good. I was really about to start a whole sentence with no mic.
With the mute, great. It's okay.
Feel great.
It'd be like that.
I really wanna, what was it?
I said it'd be like that. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm really in the mood. In a typical workshop, I'll be really, wow. Sound it out, Trey. You got it. I would be really,
ready.
I'd be really ready to hear these similes, but I'm excited.
Yeah. No, I
it.
just like I think it's so cool that we're able to do things like online and like through Zoom. The only downside is you miss that like that vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like where the person gets to read it themselves and like you hear like the reaction to it live. Like it's just that's the only thing that I'm like, I miss the in person, but we'll be back there soon, I hope. But yeah, while we wait on some folks to comment, I'm gonna just go on to the similes part of the workshop. And we just gonna get into these similes. So I'm gonna give the definition. I'm gonna drop it in the comments, and we gonna do the thing that we're doing. Cool. Simile definition is as follows. I got this off Google, by the way, so that means it's right. A figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid, using like or as. So as we said, metaphors are comparisons that don't use like or as. Similes are all the likes and the as. And like, you know, Lil Wayne kind of like really like the phrase punchline came from people saying similes. So like the like and the as, you know, Lil Wayne really popularized it. That's where we started calling things punchlines. So this is punchline writing that we're doing. We're just kind of breaking it down to the very bare bones dictionary definition of these words. Double entendres are punchlines, metaphors are punchlines, but the classic punchline is a simile. You know, MC Light as a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, I don't even really know what that means, but it was a simile when she said it. And so yeah, similes are the thing. So I'm gonna drop this definition of similes into the YouTube comments. Then we're gonna get into some examples. I'll lead with my example, then we'll throw it to Trey. He said he has a lot, so it's gonna be cool.
A plethora.
Bet. Fresh just dropped a metaphor example into the comments. I'm gonna read it. It also is a bar. I like the way the rhyme scheme. Y'all just regular. I'm an apex predator. Bars.
Goodness.
So apex predator, if you don't know, I think killer whales are apex predators, like polar bears. It's a few of them, but basically they're animals that don't have anybody who preys on them. They only prey on everything else, the top of the food chain, basically. So there is no animal that will ever attempt to kill a killer whale or attempt to eat it. And they eat a whole lot of other stuff. And so y'all regular, y'all are squirrels. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are rabbits. Y'all are mice. Y'all are prey. And I'm the apex predator. And also, like, I like the scheme of the rhyme. Y'all just regular. I'm an apex predator. You know what I'm saying? Matching the syllables together. So cool. I'm gonna go on with a simile example. Shout out Fresh Waters for that joint as well. And once again, shout out John Walt Foundation again for having us here doing this workshop. Shout out Chicago Public Library again for having us doing this. We're gonna get into the similes. So my first example is this little joint right here. It's actually from a member of Pivot Gang, and it's also one of my favorite lines I have ever heard in my life. Just because it's just like there's just a genius to it. It's just like when you hear the line, it's like, yo, like how do you think of how do you think of this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we'll fix it in post. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I ain't no post. It's live, bro. It's over with. Unless you got the little bleep button that's going to get it. It's over with. It's there. Sorry. Should have seen you creeping from the side like Biggie.
Biggie.
Like Biggie. So that's Joseph Chilliams, and that's from No Vest by Pivot Gang. It was on the You Can't Sit With Us album that came out last year. Should have seen you creeping from the side like Biggie. So that was another one, like when I heard it, I was like, whoa. You know, it was incredible. And so basically to break the line down. Yeah.
My bad. There are like, I can count on one hand and not use all the hands for a list of rappers that make me laugh when listening to them rap, and he does that, and he's raw.
Yeah. It's like you're laughing while also saying like, yo, that's a bar, but also that's funny. Like,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. This is one of those lines. So should have seen you creeping from the side like Biggie. Biggie had a lazy eye. If you've ever seen a photo of him or ever seen videos of him, one of his eyes were lazy. So And that's like the joking part of it. Like if your eye is lazy and this one's looking straight and this one's looking over here, you can see somebody creeping from. I can't believe I'm breaking this line down. You can see somebody creeping from the side. If you have a lazy eye. Yeah, and then the other way I took it, I'm not gonna say it because it's a little morbid, so I'm gonna just keep it that way. Yeah. So the lazy eye part, creeping from the side, funny bars. I'm gonna drop that into the YouTube and go ahead with your example, Trey.
Cool. My first one.
Oh, and wait, I'm sorry. And then of course the like Biggie is where you see the simile take place. So I just want to make sure I point that out. Go ahead.
Thanks. So my first one I'm gonna bring up because I've been listening to her like heavy this past like week and a half is the Supreme General of the Flow Military, Flo Millie. She says, I mean, who else gonna come with it back to back? Nobody. Making hits in my sleep like a heart attack.
Making hits in my sleep. Wait, say it again.
I mean, who else gonna come with it back to back, making hits in my sleep like a heart attack?
Break that one down.
So basically, in the sense of in the rapping sense of it, like it's very easy for her to make a hit. Like that's what she's saying is that there's no way in the world that like her going crazy in her raps and her music is hard. So she can do it in her sleep.
Easy money, right? Yeah.
So making hits in her sleep, but also. If you like on the subject of like a heart attack, is like it can happen at any moment. And so like even in your sleep, like it can happen and it feels like the sensation is like a constant
wow.
Yeah. It was a bar.
I was
very excited about that.
Shout out Flo Millie.
Shout out Flo Millie. You know she's 19.
That's insane.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
That's insane.
All right, cool.
Beautiful. You're not done. We'll be back. This next one is Drake. Like a sprained ankle, boy. I ain't nothing to play with. That's from Forever by Drake. That song from 2009 that had LeBron all in the video. That's one of my least favorite videos for like a really good song. I was like, why is this with y'all? Like, come on now. But anyway, like a sprained ankle, boy, I ain't nothing to play with. So the like is the very first word. So he's comparing him being nothing to play with, like having an injured ankle. So if you have a sprained ankle, you literally can't play basketball. You can't hoop on it. You can't play any sport on it. And he's saying like, yo, don't play with me. I'm not nobody to mess with. I'm not nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about these raps. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here with that garbage. Because like a sprained ankle, I ain't nothing to play with. Cool. Your turn, Trey.
Bet it up. My next one is from Big Mensa. Again, now the police superintendent want to double back. Cops speeding up to the block like a running back.
Yep, that's a bar.
A bar. In a natural sense, of the rapping sense, I mean, like he's talking about like the overpopulation of like police presence in Chicago. And so like now the police superintendent want to double back, taking it back a lot of stuff that he said. Cops speeding up to the block like a running back. Cops are like for seemingly like very like little things, especially in like heavily like in neighborhoods that are heavily populated by Black and brown people. So, but on the other side, cops speeding up to the block like a running back. And for those of y'all who know football or may not know football, running back is the runner of this. He runs the ball. And like his teammate's job is to like block the opponent so that he can get to the touchdown. And so they're gonna like try to get behind the block to get to where they need to be instead of getting tackled. So speeding up to the block like a running back was quite fire.
It's a bar.
Quite fire.
It's a bar. Big Mensa bars out here. Cool. Let me see what I got. Let's see. I'm gonna do another Matt Muse line. So this is from a song I have called Negro Saying. And the line is, lead foot with this lead in my hand, but the verse braids you like I wrote in red pen. It's also one of my favorite lines I've ever wrote. I was true. Yeah, you just wrote that. So basically, the line, I'm gonna break the line down. So having a lead foot, that's when people say you speed or you drive really fast. They call it having a lead foot because like you sat lead on the gas pedal because it's so heavy, the car would just vroom. So lead foot with this lead in my hand. So like lead like a pencil. So I got a lead foot when I'm writing these raps. Like I be going crazy. I be speeding on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But the verse brazy, like I wrote in red pen. So the like is what makes it a simile. So if you understand like the way, you know, bloods and stuff. So like bloods basically take words that start with a C and then they replace the C with a B. So that's where the phrase brazy came from. So the verse is brazy like I wrote in red pen. So I said lead foot with the lead in my hand. So I was talking about a pencil, but the verse is brazy like I wrote in red pen. So like bloods, that color is red. And so instead of a pencil, I wrote it in red pen, you know what I'm saying, like a blood would. Brazy, blood, red pen, like, simile, bars. There you go. You got another one?
Yeah, a myriad.
Come on, do I? A myriad. I love that word.
J. Cole, actually, from one of his newest singles, The Climb Back, says, check out my projects like them workers that Section 8 of points, and then you'll see how I flip like exclamation points. That's
a bar.
That was a bar, yeah. So check out my projects like them workers that Section 8 of points. Like Section 8 workers are their job is to like go and like examine and analyze different projects in any given like district that they're in. And you'll see how I flip. So he's like, I guess he was saying like he was like mad about it, angry about it. But you'll see how I flip like exclamation points. And so like a lowercase I is flipped is an exclamation point. But like flipped as in like angry or like tripping about it. So that was fire. I have an honorary one I just see in the comments really quick. Freshwaters says, look, I fallen. Oh, it's by Black Dog. Look, I fallen from the sky to see my calling. And I'm not crawling I'm a free man like Morgan.
Like Morgan.
Like
Morgan.
Try to say in the New York accent.
Morgan Freeman.
Like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. That's very fire.
That's a bar. And then it's a simile because of the like. Beautiful. If you, of course, anybody else, if you got bars, drop them in the joint as well. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna stop it right there and give folks a chance to write. So yeah, we're gonna play some music in the background. Give y'all about 5 to like 7 minutes to write some similes. Once again, if you need to know the definition, I'm gonna say it one more time. A simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid, and it uses like or as. There are hella examples in the comments. Also, the definition is written in the comments. If you scroll up, write as many similes as you can. In the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'm gonna play some music in the background. Then we're gonna get into our features. Start the poet, y'all. Get it. Shout out Fresh.
All right, got about 2-3 more minutes. I'm gonna keep vibing out. This beat right here was produced by Ace Da Vinci. His birthday just passed, so I'm gonna let the beat play. Shout out Ace Da Vinci. Ain't no like a shot. All right, we back. I want to make sure I give Third his time to do his raps because he does that very well. I just want to point out this other simile that actually in the song Hero by Pippi Game that I played. It's one of my favorite lines as well. It's by Method Mellow. And he says that take off private like Aaliyah. And the way he says it, it's like the name Aaliyah is like a double entendre. So obviously, if you know about Aaliyah's passing, she passed in a private jet that crashed. But he says it also like a Lear. And so private jets are called Lear jets. There's a type of jet called a Lear jet. So he says that take off private like a Lear or like a Leah. And so it's like, obviously the light is the similes, or makes it similes, but also the double entendre is the way that he pronounces the name Aaliyah / Aaliyah. And I love that line. So if you have some similes,
boosters don't fly like roosters don't fly. If you have some similes, please drop them in the comments on YouTube. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to an amazing rapper, an amazing poet, an amazing person who's going to give you all a special feature performance. He's been here the whole time giving y'all some bars, some of his favorite bars. Now, y'all are going to get to hear some of his bars, which are some of my favorite. Put your left hand, that's my right hand, put your left hand and your right hand together at your crib, even though he can't hear it, he can feel it in the spirit for Third the Poet, y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Love this. I love this a whole lot. Not being together, but still being able to like share ideas is amazing. Like still being able to like virtually come across and like share things. I'm gonna start off with this, one of my new pieces I've written, and that'll be that. Let's do it. This is a remix. Appreciate y'all. Love this. I love this a whole lot. Watch me. Then as I let this air out, watch me expose me. I'm discreet when I let my hair out. I demonstrate as I ventilate. This the truth I'ma give though. I just wanna vent and she gon' send me her Venmo. Often I'm asked if I could rap and who I replace on the track. I got people I could have dying and all the government trash I can't replace. No artists, they kill me because I'm black. My name on the shirt, better be tour dates on the back. Oftentimes I go through tracks as a date I feel to relax as if they been screwing it up. I know I'm not doing enough. The possibility kills me. I'm pushing through when it's tough. They say start on another beat. I've been marching on all the streets. These are sacrifices. Once a wise man told me he don't know what real advice is. So all my life I fought through life through alternate devices. As I've been thriving through this strife to find what life is. I know these are separate instances, but I've been wishing that all of my wishes could manifest all of my business. It's crazy how dreams ain't far as they seem. I feel they get with my penmanship. All this time to rapping for God. I hope that your hope witness it. I hope that no one forgets it when I transition. Man, listen, future's coming. Ain't nobody coming back this. All I'm hearing from the rappers is the lean and the activists. Funny thing is, in times like these, we should lean on our activists. In times like these, where niggas are dying while sleeping on mattresses. Same when we were raised to love and respect, we would die for. Same ones to spit game to. I gotta be better. I'm trying my hardest to focus that image and frame to. Same ones who will find you a good place that at first you couldn't find your way to. Love you when government hates you. Transcending through ceilings. They say you could bet off this rap, but I don't do dealings. I probably make my true feelings off these true killings, but I just keep my heart boarded up like Southside school buildings, but who business? I woke up on a shiny day and saw my people fight for freedom. Yeah, I saw light be made. The shadow of doubt that came and might be shade divided. We divided more than 90 days. This nation built off division like YCA. It's red line on Google Maps, like how you doing that? Resilience in our eyes, they do grenades and we going back. They slide my pen as I slide my pen off the newest track. We cry as men as I slide my pen off the newest track. I bought a 40, so more than George with a quarter of niggas that's on the border of breathing because they just can't afford it. More importantly, soaring, trying to support the force of the boys that's stuck on a hood of a racist sport explorer. My core is off from the constant war that's been raging for freedom. That's what we want for, invest in something more than Jordans. My homies free me that I can't rest up, be easy. My homies been up in arms because they know it can easily be. It's important I stand up while I'm living. I want peace, but I'm ignorant. Can't be handling no smithing so daily. I gotta choose between grandpa and religion. We rambling off the beds. Fathers 12 and in prison. So sorry. Hey, I make sacrifices.
I make sacrifices. Hey, you was spitting. Tell me something.
Appreciate you.
So crazy.
So this next joint is really fun. It's one of the new song. I really can't wait to perform live, but I guess we
Fresh
are
produce.
live. So. What was that? Oh yes, the freshest.
I said fresh produce.
Yes, sir. All right. In this moment, usually I would go over the hook, but that doesn't seem like a viable option. So if y'all catch up to it in your living room, that'd be great. All right, let's do it. This is called Be Water. Hey. Hey. I won't lie to you, I've been moving through, I'm a beast. Wait in the water, the game is a slaughter, and that's all to say the least. Yeah, I saw this with James. I just let my skill increase. Baby, damn, all my lady friends only ride with me when I meet. Catch a nigga on tour, I'ma black out in London like Idris. Can't contain no beef, I hope they let us show out in Greece. I've been messing with the infancy, got the energy making beats. Small flex when I'm moving through, I've been flooding flows through the streets, that's on me. I won't lie, I'm moving through. I'ma start if I can't bring no cool, yeah. No idea we put up like who you, yeah. It's a good thing we up on the news, yeah. Say, I want I'm moving through, yeah. I can't start if I can't bring no cool, nah. No idea we put up like who you. It's a good thing we up on the news, I won't lie to you, I've been moving through, I'm a beast, Wet in the water, I'm playing the part of a legend, that's what I'll explain to my daughter. I'm playing the Carter, no, I'm not Weezy, but end of the easy. We breathe through it, being transparent, see through it, yeah. Amen, me, see to it, or so be it. I've been moving like water, it's so relieving. I've been moving like water, though, flowing through all my obstacles. Be covert like this mission impossible. They're like, who's he? You got bars with the chain like Bruce Lee. Know the camps like the movement, I'm too free. Hey, I want line moving through, yeah. I want slide if I can bring the crew, yeah. No idea we pull up like who you. It's a good thing we up on the news, yeah. Say, I want line moving through, hey. I want slide if I can bring the crew, yeah. No idea we pull up like who you. It's a good thing we up on the I get left out of town, I'm destined. Even when I can't travel, I stay on my pivot like I'm representing the Western. Going back is not in the question. This almost like my transmission slip. Board forward is a lesson. Feel like cash, error. I ain't taking no suggestions. All these frosted plays trying to take, I'ma take it back. You're like, Dirk, why you saying that? Album mode got his blazing back. It's a part of a race. Think at your hairs. Yeah, know that I'ma make it back. Search my song, yeah, you saving that. Ask your phone, even Siri will tell you I'm the greatest cat. That's cause I been moving through, yeah. I'ma start if I can bring the crew, yeah. No idea we pull up like who you. It's a good thing we up on the news, yeah. Say, I want line moving through, yeah. I won't start if I can bring the crew, yeah. No idea we pull up like who you. It's a good thing we up on the news. Hey, made it out. That song is called Beat Water.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I think we on our last minute.
Yeah.
So you wanna just say something nice to the people before we? I mean, you just snapped also, by the way. So if you're watching, clap it up for Third the Poet. Sorry, we had to cut it off a little bit.
No,
if you want to say something, tell them where to find you, all of that. Do that,
Ooh,
and I'm gonna do our little outro.
Cool. So I appreciate y'all for coming through. I hope y'all learned a whole lot and got a whole lot from the creativity and the guidance that's been led. We heard a lot of great lines and great metaphors. Please go forth. Don't just make this a workshop, but use this as a learning opportunity and to improve your work and improve the way, even if you don't write, the way you listen to music. You can follow me at Third the Poet on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my music on all streaming platforms as The Third. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all are amazing.
Cool. Clap it up for Third the Poet one more time. As said, this was a very, very fun. I like the claps that people are doing in the comments. This is a very fun workshop. This is the workshop that I created because I like, the making lists and all of that, but I think it's also cool to kind of dive into the science of rap and the science of hip hop and punchlines and stuff like that. So, you know, take this workshop, apply it. If you want to have the workshop on hand, I have a little list. I have a whole little doc that you can take and you can use. So hit me up for it. I'm Matt Muse 12 on Twitter and Instagram if you want to find me. One more time, shout out John Walt Foundation and the Working Like Walt Workshop Series. There's another one next Wednesday. So stay in tune for that. And I'm just happy to be a part of this, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. Shout out to the Chicago Public Libraries and your media for putting this together as well. Y'all have a lovely, lovely night. Be safe in these streets. It's a beautiful day. Go outside and get some air if you can. I'm Matt Muse. I'm gone. That's Third the Poet. He's gone. Thank y'all so much. Good night.
Love y'all.